Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Alpha Omega, and Ukraine. So today we are going to start by next phase of our army reform. You can see that I have already dispersed the army groups and armies that we had, and that will allow us to look at our army as a whole. Now we have 20 motorized divisions of Brigada Operativного Призначения. We got 18 divisions of Samochodný artylerijský polk. We got 11 divisions of Hyrsko-Šturmová brigada. We got 8 divisions of Tanková brigada. We got 8 divisions of Mechanizovaná brigada. We got 2 units of Polk Speciálního Priznašenia, and we have 2 Mechanizovaná armada. So this is the outreach of our units. The only one where we actually don't have an odd number, even number. Odd is the 1-3. So the only place where we don't have the odd number, even number is the Hyrsko-Šturmová brigada, which is our fast-moving APC-centered strike unit, and I'm thinking that we might actually train one more. Yep, we got almost all of the... God damn it. No, we don't. Well, okay, we're gonna train one anyway, because we want to have this sort of evenly distributed. Now, I have spoken at length already about the plans to attack Russia and how we would go about it. But I still think that some of you are a bit confused. Speaking of the actual outreach of the plan. And, you know, this, if we ever attack Russia, which I plan to do at this point pretty much because, I was expecting them to attack us and that would make for a better story, I still want to challenge them, at least at the end of the Let's Play. So we're basically building up to an epic war with Russia, which we might actually lose because they got nuclear weapons and literally hundreds of thousands of pieces of equipment at this point. But if we have an advantage of a stronger army in the beginning of the war, you can see that training a new unit will take some time. So for now it is 9th of February and 21st of July. So that would be about 5 months worth of time, 5.5 months before our divisions are trained. Now I think that this might be... Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Okay, so it's the same for every unit that you train. That means that if we can strike decisively within 5 months, we might have a chance. And why I'm saying this is because of this. If Russia has a weaker army than we do, we will be pushing them back. But considering that they will have an insane amount of equipment, they can immediately start spawning new units. Now, these will take some time to train, but in about 5 months, we will be hit by a new wave. Basically, they can double or triple their army within that span of time. So after that happens, we are done unless we already have a ball rolling. Now I mentioned that we will aim to strike. Wait, you can see it here on the Intel ledger. That we would strike on their most important centers of construction, which would basically be these 3 areas, meaning the area around Moscow, the area around Volgograd, and the southern border with Georgia and Azerbaijan and so on. So if we could take this territory, we would steal about 1/2 or 1/3. About half of their military production, meaning that even if they start spawning units, we can spawn units as well, and we will be fighting on their territory, so whatever they destroy and then recapture will just take them down. Now, the fact that we have currently 42 military factories means that they can produce military equipment at about 5 times of our speed, meaning that they can train units at 5 times of our speed. Plus, they will have probably more modern equipment than we do. So this makes the initial phase of the war absolutely necessary. Unless we can gain all of this at a minimum within the 5 months, there is no hope for us. If we can take this and maybe even this and create a defensive perimeter or the front line somewhere like this, we might have a chance to win. If we don't, again, if we hold this, it can be achieved. But once the dynamic of the war changes to stalemate, once an actual battle line forms, and once we get to, I don't want to say trench warfare, but if we ever get to such a point, we have lost. Because we will never be able to throw as much into the war as they will be. So this will really be about just pushing them, but not only pushing them, but encircling and destroy them. Now, you have asked me many times why I haven't really done that in Libya, and the answer is simple, because it's not possible. If you have, for example, a unit staying here, if you try to encircle them using one unit, you move it here eventually, or even here, if it's staying here, and you are risking being cut off. At this point, we will have all of the advantage, and that's why speed will be so much, will have so much importance. Because, for example, this unit can immediately be encircled by moving our units here and here and striking them. Boom, they're done. Same thing here. We can send a division here, here, and have one here, because we will have an overwhelming amount of units compared to them. Boom, done. Same with the other ones. Immediately, if we can just eliminate these units, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divisions gone. Considering they have something like 60? Yeah, 50 to 60. That is 1/10 of their army gone. But they will immediately start moving in more units. So we have to keep the ball rolling. We have to be the ones on the offensive. We have to continue encircling, and we have to continue pushing them. This will require precise, small and slow, methodical management of our forces. So whatever will this war be, it's not going to be a fast-paced planning and boom, we won. This will take months of careful movement, eliminating one unit after another, finding breaches, pushing them, and again, this will be extremely important for the first 5 months of the war, because whatever they have, they can double it. They can double it in those 5 months. So eliminating every single unit that we can meet will be of utmost importance. Now, of course, if we can make our units elite, if we can get them that extra experience, they will have what it takes, and they will be able to destroy even massive, overwhelming force of Russia. But there is a point where you just get drowned in their blood. So we need to be careful about it. Not to mention our manpower is 560k, let's call it, while they probably have something like 2 million at this point, maybe even more. Can we see that? No, this is just deployed manpower. We cannot see what their reserve manpower is. No, we can. Okay, available manpower. Yeah, 1.6 million, let's call it. So they got 3 times more manpower. So unless we, of course we can win in the long run if we can score 3 times more casualties on them than on us, which is impossible if they just keep spamming units and throwing them at you. Not to mention they might have an air superiority, which is why I have been going for the fighters so much, because that is what we really need. We won't win this war using the close air support or bombers. We are going to win it by using multi-role fighters, light fighters, and strike fighters. So we just need to always control the area where we are fighting, and as we spread out, we will need more and more of them. Let's see, what are our fighters? We're producing them. Yeah, okay. So this will need to be boosted further. We're making 1 per week. We're going to need to add additional factories. But again, as I mentioned, we need the utility vehicles first. But then it's going to be about fighters. So speed will be of utmost importance. And pushing them will be of utmost importance. Now, many of you probably realize that, but I just wanted to make it super, super clear, which is why I try to motorize all of my units and why we are currently moving with the research of these air forces, because if we can make a breach, these ones will be ideal for encirclement. They will be so fast that no other unit will be able to challenge them. So while we can keep some of the units locked in combat, they will be the ones that will encircle. Now, originally, this will be done by our fastest units, which is the Brigada Operativnoho Priznashenia with their 42.4 kilometers, which is double of what, for example, the Samochodný artilleryský polk has. But eventually the flying cavalry, or whatever you want to call them, armored flying cavalry, will be the ones that we will need for this. I really have no idea where we're going to get that many helicopters to make this happen, but already they're at 55 kilometers, and as we keep making them stronger, they will get stronger. Now, I don't think that these guys would take less, right? Nope, 30, and you are taking... Wait, you're just the light air assault? That's not light air assault. That's armored assault. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so they take 60. So... it might be worth actually making a weaker variant of that. The speed would be... Oh, the speed would be lower. Huh, interesting. But we would need about half. And their strength would drop to a half. Yeah, that's, rather have one stronger than two weaker, because if their speed is going to be fast enough, then we'll be fine. Okay, so let's just split our units based on their merits and see what we can do with them. Because we need to have this reform done within this episode. I'm actually going to unpause it so that we can see what's going on. Okay, so this is how our armies are composed. We have two divisions of Mechanizovaná armáda, which I think could be put here. So this is based on speed. You guys have 42.4. You guys have 23.5. You guys have 25.3. Okay, so that is something that we need to check. What is slowing you guys down? There is something here that's making you slower. It is not... Is it this? Self-propelled artillery? What is the maximum speed of self-propelled artillery? Yeah, okay, 25.3, so that's not it. So it was it 27. Okay, armored infantry can even go faster. Damn. 27. 23. Okay, do you have a tank division attached? Okay, you guys don't, and you got 25.3. You guys do. Okay, so it's the tanks that's slowing them down. Okay, max speed. Ah, it's even here. Minus 1.7. Well, what's the comparison of the strength? Yeah, you're much stronger in soft attack, but slightly weaker in hard attack. In defense, and you have a higher breakthrough. Okay, so let's not change it. They're just that is not such a big difference. The tanks 21.6, but I think that comes from the fact that we don't have. No, it's okay. So it is the speed 21.6. What was the base? This is one of these older units. Is it the BTR 90? On the coordinates, what could that be? Something is dragging down the speed. It's probably some old equipment. Is it the recon tank? It's probably the recon tank. I'm pretty sure that might be it, the older one. Yep. Okay, so the BRDM2 has actually a max speed of 17. Okay, so that's gonna change after we phase out these older tanks. So that's good. You guys, well, 16.9 and 16.9. Okay, what's slowing you down? It's probably the tanks, definitely, because we have some older ones. So you'll be the heavy strikers, and as far as special operations go, they are the slowest one. So quite honestly, they are the slowest one, and we will have much less use for you than for anything else. I mean, you are great in taking urban territories, and you will have your usage in that if we have to take out some heavily fortified places. So I'm going to finish training these guys, but we'll have to keep in mind that you guys are not the best. How are you doing on crossing rivers? Damn, this is a interesting episode, I'm sure. Marshes attack rivers. No, it's forts. They have a 46.6% bonus on attacking across river. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so logical. Let's think about this now. So how would I achieve this? We would need to encircle certain units here, 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 and here. So what if we split you? How many units can commander command? 18. Okay. So if we put what if we did it like this? Let's actually put half of you into another unit. Actually, no, we'll operate in 3 groups. So 1, 2, 3. So we need to split you into... Okay, that's not working out so well, but... Let's say 7. That's 2, 6, 7. And we'll start putting these under a command structure. God damn it, it's gonna be a bit confusing. But I'll create units that will have 7 fast-moving units, then 6 of these decent units as far as speed goes. You could add 4 of Hirsko-Šturmová Brigáda as well. And then I can imagine adding the mechanized army. So that would be the heavy hitter of the squadron. So we would have fast-moving, rapid deployment encircling units. The units that will be able to take on a fight. Units that will be somewhere in the middle, but all of these would be moving fast. And then a hard-hitting unit. So I kind of like this as the template. So let's see if we can do the same thing here. What was it, 7? 2, 4, 6, 7. Then half of you. 2, 4, 6. Yep. And 4 of you. And one of these mechanized armadas. Okay, so that would be 3 armies that we would have, and then you guys. Okay, that's 15. You're missing a couple. How many? Oh, we haven't added any of those. Okay. So these would be 3 armies used to encircling. One would be deployed here, one would be deployed here. No, actually, one here, and one here. So that way we can spread this way. So let's see how that would work just as a matter of a fact. Let's put it here and just make it like so. So you would go here, you would go... Okay, condemned Iranian aggression, as fine. You would go probably somewhere like here. And the last army, which is not complete, would go here, cutting off this entire territory. So those would be the 3. Now this would be the heavy-hitting center line that would go towards Moscow. They would take their time, but they're the strongest units that we have, and their use would be in going straight. So you would be in the middle, and your goal would be like this. Wait, not like that, but something like this. As they would be slower, it is very much likely that the fast-moving rapid units would basically go to the sides, taking the territories here and here. These guys would cut off this area, and then from here they would swoop south and take the rest, while we would push with 3 armies towards Moscow. Once this entire territory would be secure, you could go around and creep around this area. I'm not sure if there's anything really useful here. Nope. These are just the border regions. Okay. So this would be the initial phase of the war. I would see this for, say, 2 to 3 months. And we would need to clear this. And what's left is basically you guys. That would be here. I can't really assign that. Which sucks. But your goal would be to cross into Crimea and push these units out from here. And hopefully they might even get enveloped. Because while this army... can let it running... would be going here. Wait, not this one, but this one. Part of their forces could actually go like this. So we would basically close off this area. The goal would be to lock some of the fights in here and just have them like so. Okay. That makes a whole lot of sense, but you guys will need more reinforcements. You guys need reinforcements, that is for sure. What has happened? Are we stuck with no trade again? We are. What is going on? Oh, we are rescuing someone, yeah. Okay, so in the meantime we can dedicate... Jesus, we're short. We can grab some more from Italy to alleviate the pain. And why are we 52? Thinking we need to limit the resources to market. Because we're exporting so many that it's literally hurting us. Where's the economy type? Semi-consumption economy. And trade deal though. If we switch to mixed economy, we would get how much? We would lose 3% tax cost. How much would that be? We have 10%. So we would get about 5. That is not really feasible at this point, it seems, but this is really just bad. But yeah, I mean, this is a feasible strategy. How's the... Okay, the supplies are awful, but basically know about that. So this would be the goal of the operation. So let's actually put you... So you have a armor, attack, defense, running speed. Yeah, you are definitely going to lead the heaviest of the armies. So you will be leading the... so this is gonna be the first heavy army. This would be second army. This will be third army. This will be fourth army. And what are you guys missing actually for the fourth army? So you're missing one motorized unit, one Hirsko-Šturmová brigáda, okay, I can see that, and one... Okay, so let's train one of these, and then one mechanized armada. Okay, well, these are the units that we will need for our... for the completion of our situation. Now you have a pretty high attack, and so do you. Armor division, attack, and defense, planning speed. Okay, so we can... Yeah, okay, you're Lieutenant General, good. And the last one would be you. Yep, because we need higher attack than defense. So let's put you guys there. And the other army, which would be going for you for Crimea. Okay, how much? Supply consumption -7, supply consumption -10. Organize planning speed 20%, max entrenchment, max entrenchment. I'm not sure if this is even working for that. Max planning, max entrenchment and reinforce rate. And the other guy has what? Offensive doctrine and charismatic. Okay, so this army will be under command of Serhiy Drozdov, because we'll need that, and you guys will get Viktor Mushenko. So this would be the main goal of this war. I really like how we set it up. This is a decent idea behind it. I think that is pretty good, though the supply, as you can see here, is horrifying. Are we automatically using the trucks? No, needed in stockpiles. Okay, trucks need 880. Haha, well, we have 0 in stockpile, so there really isn't any point. Those are the utility vehicles that we are using to supply our units. So let's get rid of these goals, because there's no point in having them stuck in horrifying situation. We're gonna split you guys. That's the entire army. Actually, we can do that. I don't have a problem with that. Let's do it. Let's do it separately. So the heavy army will be in the center of our region. Second army is going to be here. Third army is going to take this area. Fourth army is going to take this area. And the new anointed 8th army, let's call this the 21st army, so we have an idea. This would be, and this wouldn't be army group 2 but second army group, and this would be the first army group. Okay, so it makes a lot of sense. I like it, but it shows the pain points of our units. We need to finish the 4th army, which we will, you know, there's quite a lot of things that need to be done, but we'll use that. And we'll need to rearm most of our armies. And after that, we're just going to focus on not growing the armies as they are. But we could actually, what we could do here is create another additional army, which would be, let's call this Motomech army. Same with these. And I could see creating another moto-mechanized army for the second army group. And that one could work in conjunction with the 21st army, which would attack from here, crossing into Crimea, while the 22nd moto-mechanized army would do this swoop, trying to eliminate the units and taking Krasnodar, Novorossiysk, and eliminating the defensive units around Simferopol and Sevastopol. So we could have 4 armies focusing on Moscow, left wing, right wing, and crossing, and an entire moto-mechanized army that would swoop around Rostov, Stavropol, and Sochi, and would basically encircle this area, destroying them, and then move here. And then the fast moving army would go here. Yeah, I like that idea. That sounds good. Okay, so we'll continue with this plan in the next episode. See you there.